I, like so many other people, saw the images in April of 2004 that came out of Abu Ghraib and was very disturbed by them, to say the least, and saddened by them, really, and thought, how could this happen? What we end up doing in the film is trying to get to the bottom of that and trying to fully understand what motivated the people who were involved in the abuse.
The part of this that we don't understand is the powerful appeal and enormous destructiveness of torture. Why, when you give an order, and you give a signal for a little bit of torture, why it spreads like wildfire.
The film started out much more as kind of a psychological analysis of what motivates people to do this type of horror, engage in these type of evil acts, and it became much more of an investigative piece, because once I heard over and over again, I did it because I was told. I wanted to know, well, who told you? What were those circumstances? What were the conditions? And I think the film doesn't let the soldiers off the hook. I think it holds them to account, but it shows it in a wider context to also show that they weren't just doing this simply because they were maniacal or evil people, that they were doing it because they genuinely thought that they were doing what was in the interest of the war on terror.
Is there any chance that these people were self-actuated, that they just came up with this as their own idea? No, there's no chance of that whatsoever. Zero chance.
They were told very specifically that the way we get information and the way we're going to win this war is by breaking down the detainees, and the way to break them down is through sleep deprivation, is through stress positions, is through hooding, engaging in sensory deprivation, and that these are very documented techniques that have been used in the CIA over the last 30 years.
Prisoner number 111777 or something like that. He needs to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go to bed at 4:30, be up at 5:15, go to bed at 7 o'clock. Take the radio and put the megaphone up to it and keep them up all night long. Bang the garbage can, slam the doors. If they go to sleep, throw water on them like that. Keep them awake. Make sure their life is held at night.
It was important to me for audiences to identify with the MPs, with what happened there, to understand it from their perspective, not to excuse it in any way, but just to understand. And to do that, I felt like I really had to get into the frame of mind of the place, of the world that was Abu Ghraib.